The bridge beyond fear, the beginning of doubt. He always feared failure more than trying. People laughed whenever he spoke of dreams. He stayed silent, burying his hopes inside. Every rejection felt like a heavy chain. He thought maybe he was never enough. Fear lived with him like a shadow. Friends told him to settle for less, but his heart kept whispering otherwise. He wanted to be more than average. He wanted to break the prison of fear. Doubt became his biggest enemy. Every step forward pulled him two back. The mirror reflected not his face, but fear. Yet deep down, hope still flickered. He waited for a sign to rise, and life was preparing that sign. The storm was not here to break him. It was here to wake him. It was here to remind him of power. It was here to teach courage. The spark of hope. One day he saw a broken bridge. It connected his small town to mountains. No one dared to cross its weak ropes. People said the bridge would collapse, but his heart saw it differently. The bridge was his chance to change. It was a test of courage. It was a mirror of his fears. If he crossed, he would change forever. If he stayed, fear would win. He stood before it trembling. Wind shook the ropes violently. He closed his eyes, breathing deeply. His soul whispered, "Now or never." Hope lit a small fire inside. The crowd watched with doubt, but he felt something greater rising. He felt life calling him forward. And for once he listened. For once he stepped. The struggle within the first step almost broke him. The ropes swayed like wild storms. Every second felt like eternity. Sweat dripped from his forehead. Voices of doubt screamed inside. "What if you fall? What if you die?" But another voice whispered louder. "What if you fly? What if you win?" He gripped tighter, moving slowly, each step heavier than mountains. The wind slapped his face hard. The crowd gasped at every shake. He wanted to quit, turn back, but turning back meant slavery again. He couldn't live like that anymore. He couldn't let fear decide again. So he pushed step after step. There was no point turning back. He screamed at the storm, "Break me!" But the storm didn't break him. Instead, it broke his chains. Something shifted deep within. He realized he was stronger than fear. He realized doubt had lied for years. He realized courage was already inside. Tears mixed with rain on his face, but this time they were not of pain. They were of freedom. He felt alive for the first time. The bridge was not breaking, it was carrying him safely forward. And every step grew lighter. Every step grew faster. Every step burned the old him. Every step created the new him. The arrival finally, he reached the other side. His knees hit the ground in relief. But inside, he was standing tall. The crowd cheered from afar. But he didn't need their applause. He had won a greater prize. He had conquered himself. No fear could rule him again. No doubt could chain him again. He looked back at the broken bridge. It was no longer scary. It looked small, powerless. What once seemed impossible was done. He realized the truth of life. Mountains were never the enemy. Storms were never the obstacle. Fear was the real jail. And courage was the only key. He smiled at the sky. He had finally crossed within. The transformation from that day, he walked differently. His steps carried power and belief. He no longer begged for approval. He no longer feared rejection. He no longer waited for chances. He created them himself. People who once mocked him bowed. They saw a fire in his eyes. They saw a king rising. But he wasn't seeking their respect. He was seeking his own truth. And he had found it. Fear had lost its throne forever. Confidence became his new home. His dreams grew bolder. His courage grew sharper, and his journey had just begun. The bridge was only the start. The world was waiting for him, and he was ready to conquer. The lesson the bridge taught him one truth. Fear is nothing but imagination. It exists only if you believe. Once you challenge it, it vanishes. Courage is born in action. Not in thinking, but in doing. Every human has a bridge. Some bridges are visible, some invisible, some are outside, some inside. But they all test courage. Those who cross change forever. Those who don't remain trapped. Life rewards the brave. Life honors the bold. Fear whispers, "Don't try," but courage whispers louder, "Go on." The difference is one step, the difference is choice, and the choice is yours, always yours. The call to you today, you stand at your bridge. It may not look like his, but it carries the same lesson. It is your test of courage. Oh. Will you step or stay? Will you break or rise? Will you live in fear forever or live in freedom forever? The world doesn't need your silence. It needs your courage. It needs your fire. It needs your voice. It needs your journey. Don't let fear rob you. Don't let doubt chain you. Step onto your bridge today, cross it with faith, and watch the world change because you changed first.